The qualifying exams for the coveted medical and engineering colleges are to be held in September this year. The JEE, that is the Joint Entrance Exam for Engineering, and the NEET, that is the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test for undergraduate medical courses, are going to be held in September. The dates have been announced. For JEE, it will be conducted between 1st and 6th of September. NEET is to be held on the 13th of September. And JEE Mains is scheduled for the 27th of September. Now, this announcement has come amidst a lot of opposition towards this move of holding the examinations at all at a time like this. So let's look at the two sides. Well, on one side, the Supreme Court has scrutinized this entire issue. There were appeals made to the Supreme Court for the postponement and for the cancelling of these exams. Those pleas have been rejected by the top court, citing that life must go on. Careers of so many students cannot be held at ransom. This will affect the academic calendar, and therefore, since this is a government policy, the Supreme Court had supported the government, saying there's only so much that the top court can intervene in this manner, and one should go with the government policy in this. The National Testing Agency, the authority that holds these exams, have also argued that the spillover effect of cancelling these exams would be so huge that it would actually mean that future generations will have to bear the brunt of it. So the backlog of postponing these exams would take a very long time to restore, and that is not something that this country can afford given the large numbers that we deal with. So an entire batch of medical and engineering aspirants are at stake, and therefore the exams must be held as per the new schedule. In fact, even educationists are of the view that there should not be a further postponement, because remember, there already has been at least 2 postponements before. IIT-JEE, for instance, is usually held in the month of April. So there's a postponement already of 5 months. So a lot of educationists are of the view that there should not be a further postponement. This is in the interest of the students to have the exams held as per the new schedule that has been announced and not postpone it any further. Also, of course, there's a larger public opinion that now with the recovery rate in this country looking healthy, it's standing at 70%. Also, so many other sectors are now opening out, and life is resuming. The parliament is ready to resume. Public transport is set to commence. So why is it that we cannot sanitize the examination halls, put safety protocols in place, and have stringent measures on the designated dates when the exams are to be held to make sure that the students do not hazard any health risk while they appear for these exams? But what is on the other side? Well, there is a very strong opposition to this, and now a lot of political parties have also jumped into the bandwagon asking for a postponement, citing health and safety risks to the students. Remember, this is a question of 25 lakh students who will appear for these entrance exams this year. The parents are largely against the idea. Their voices coming from different quarters of the country, where parents have expressed huge disappointment with the government's decision, saying that they would not like the health and safety of their children to be put to risk in this manner, because remember, a large gathering in a confined space is actually a very high risk situation going by the COVID norms. That is the top of the pyramid when we look at risk factor. An enclosed space for a prolonged period of time for a large gathering of people is actually a high risk situation. So parents are aghast that how at a time like this the government can even hope to have an examination conducted. The students, again, largely the majority of students, it seems, are against this idea simply because they are not prepared to face this life-changing, career-determining entrance exam, at a time like this. And students argue that they have been set back because of the pandemic, of course, because they haven't been able to prepare for it. Coaching centers have closed down, which means that they haven't had access to the best of facilities. And what about the poor, the marginalized students? What about the students who come from the flood-ravaged states? The whole idea of a common entrance exam is to create a level playing field. So this defeats the whole purpose, because you put them in even further disadvantageous position. They have fought the double disaster of a pandemic and flood. So it is highly unlikely that they would be prepared enough for this exam. And again, there is public opinion around this as well, that the COVID cases in the country has crossed the 30 lakh mark, and the day-to-day cases are increasing at an alarming rate. So clearly, the overall environment is not conducive for students to be having or to be sitting in this very critical examination that could determine their careers. Well, those are the two sides. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching Two Sides with Afrida.